damn, Nintendo. God damn. What are we, what, Nintendo, what are we doing? Like, what are we, this is, Capcom. Capcom, this is like softcore, like porn that I'm looking at right now. We were just fighting a pair of boobs in Mortal Kombat. As I've gotten older and as I've played a lot of video games in my life, one thing that has contributed to the objectification of women is video games. If you were gaming very heavily in the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s, though that was the prime time period, I think, that video games were heavily objectifying women. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. Video games have gotten way better over the years of making women feel more important in video games, and not just feeling like as soon as they walk on screen, you're being greeted by a pair of boobs or ass just all out on the screen. Now, me back then being a young little whippersnapper, I didn't mind back then at all. I mean, well, if we're gonna be, I mean, I don't really mind now. I'm a man. I like ass and boobs. All right, that's what I like. But I do appreciate how nowadays that women do have bigger roles in video games. They have more character, and they're not constantly being objectified. Because if we're gonna be honest, that's not something that we need in video games. We don't need to have women objectified in video games 24/7. So I'm glad that they are getting that representation that they need. But if there's one specific genre that has contributed maybe the most to that objectification of women, even though I love them, I have to say it is fighting games. You will be hard pressed to not find a woman in a video game, especially in like the early 2000s and 90s, that isn't scantily clad to some extent or has customizations to make her scantily clad as well. There have been some outfits for women in fighting games where I see them fighting and I see what they have on, and I'm like, how in the hell is everything staying in place while you're doing backflips, front flips, cartwheels, knocking people? There is no way this is supposed to be all tucked in with what you have on. So that is why today we are going to be looking at a site called thefightersgeneration.com, and what this site does is curate the models of every single, almost what it seems like to be every single fighting game character in history. And what we're going to do is we're going to take almost like a visual history and look at some of these fighting game, female fighting game characters and how gooned out some of these game developers were, because good Lord, let me tell you, it's bad. It's really bad. So out of respect, I think we first need to start with the first mainstream female fighting game character of all time. And this is what people think of when they look at when they think of women in fighting games. This is who they think of course. Chun-Li. And if I'm going to be honest, for the most part, actually not for the most part, I think at all, they have remained pretty good with Chun-Li. Like, this isn't like Chun-Li was like never a scantily clad character ever, really. Like, she never really got sexual. No, whoa. Let me take that back right now. She is very sexualized. But for the most part, in her history as a character, her outfits have remained like pretty modest for the most part. I mean, the most thing that people will say about her is, of course, like the thighs. But all in all, Chun-Li has remained pretty modest throughout her history as a character. But if we look at one of her colleagues in the same series of her, all of that goes down the drain. And of course, that colleague being Cammy. Now, if we take a look at Cammy, like Jesus, man, like I don't understand what like they were doing at all. I would love to talk to some of the creators. I would love to talk to the people at Capcom and be like, what are we? This is Capcom. This is like softcore like porn that I'm looking at right now. And the crazy thing to me is Cammy is supposed to be she's part of like Delta Red, I think it is. She's supposed to be a part of Delta Red, which is like a UK special forces group Excuse me, what Delta Forces group is allowing this fit to be worn into battle? I don't know what special forces group would allow any of this to be worn into battle. What tactical you gain no tactical advantages whatsoever by wearing this.
It's a nice
outfit.
I'll give you that. But
One Piece going up your ass crack.
gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever.
Yeah, Capcom, you freak. But we were just watching. This was literally just softcore porn as kids. Like no wonder that our parents didn't let us play some of these. Something tells me that it wasn't all just about the violence and the blood and the gore. Who should we look at next? I'm trying to. Oh no, I got someone we can look at next. Yep, here she is, the Orchid, well, Black Orchid, but Orchid from Killer Instinct. Now, like, look at this. Look at the Nintendo, the Rare. What are we doing? What are we doing right now? These are like pictures that I would think I would see on someone's OnlyFans right now. God damn. Jesus. I don't know what Nintendo was thinking. Now, Orchid in Killer Instinct 2013. Oh my God, that game is that old. Jesus. But it got a little toned down with her in 2013. She did get a little bit more moss. She looks like, honestly, she has like kind of like a steampunk theme going on here rather than like the like 90s workout suit with like the spandex and everything. She looks like she's got like a steampunk aesthetic going on here right now. But as a kid, like look at her, man. Like look at her. There's no way any man who has played these video games as a kid, I don't care what anybody, Killer Instinct is a more niche fighter. It is. It really is a more of a niche fighter. But if you can't look at her and say you don't have her in your top 5 of best looking fighting game like women of all time, you're bugging. God damn, Nintendo. God damn. What are we doing? This is like something that would be on a Playboy magazine. Orchid, is this what you're doing when you're not fighting people with your brother Jago? Almost said Dagon. Damn, that was a shitty Mortal Kombat. Are you posing for Playboy, Orchid, when you're not doing stuff with Jago? And this wasn't an outfit thing. Orchid literally had a fatality where she or what was it, a fatal in Killer Instinct Gold, I believe it was. Killer Instinct 2, I think it was, where she literally just pulled her breast out and like the character's eyes would bulge out of their head and they would die. Like I don't. But yeah, Orchid is a definite top 5, like for me, as far as like best looking fighting game women of all time. She's like definite top 5. She might be my favorite. I don't know. Now, speaking of which, there's someone who was in the you remember how I said that like Cammy was in like the special forces for the UK? Speaking of special forces, Sonya Blade, the special forces for the Mortal Kombat group. And I'm not gonna lie, her first appearance, and if I remember correctly, her being the first Mortal Kombat female Mortal Kombat character, she had like, you know, the classic workout suit. This was good for her. I think this is a good outfit for her. She didn't come in all gooned out, you know, all scantily, none of that. She came in pretty modest and actually like looking pretty. This is not a bad fit for her at all. And then Mortal Kombat 9 dropped. We were just fighting a pair of boobs in Mortal Kombat. Especially because Mortal Kombat 9 added in, what was it, battle damage. Mortal Kombat 9 had very bad battle damage, you know, where the costumes and everything would get messed up. So if I can find a picture here, oh yeah, like this has all just been like, she's basically, when she has battle damage, she's basically wearing nothing. Like they're almost out. They're basically out. NetherRealm, what are we doing? Like just take it off. Just take now. Wait, what? Now you don't have, and now we have Melina from Mortal Kombat 9. And I'm gonna be real, what Mortal Kombat really did, like look at this. What Mortal Kombat did was they made every single character in the game, almost every single female character look like a stripper, whether it was Katana, Melina, Jade, or almost every single, especially the ninja women in Mortal Kombat, they made them look It's just like strippers. And while I do like this design for Mileena, don't get me wrong, I think this design for her is great. Part of me still prefers her design from Mortal Kombat Deception. I think this is really good for Mileena. She has that very sultry look about her. Sultry? Sultry. That is not the word. Like what is the word for people like the Princess Jasmine? They got like the sash over their face. I can't remember the word. It's definitely not fucking sultry.
This is why I need to stop second guessing myself, because it was sultry, damn it.
But she sort of has this kind of like majestic, almost like regal look. Like look at where like her arms like come down like right here, like the way that the her sleeves like flare out. You get that kind of look with a very like regal, like very regal look to me. I like this design a lot. I think this is very good. And of course we got her classic design too. I think her classic design is pretty good. And of course, one design that they don't have, which of course is in Mortal Kombat 9. We'll go look for it right now. They don't have this design, but that design that I'm looking for is pretty crazy. And yep, a lot of you probably already guessed it. That is her bandaged look from Mortal Kombat 9. Now, Mortal Kombat 9 is so funny to me because when Mortal Kombat 11 came out, where they were a little less scantily clad, there was like the horny culture of Mortal Kombat, of the Mortal Kombat franchise was like mad. You had people that were legitimately mad that the women weren't dressed like this, and I'm like, that's what we worried about? And NetherRealm already knows what they're doing, because look at this, man. Mileena is already a character who was very sexual, always moving like subjectively. So she is already a character that does that. And Mortal Kombat knows what they're doing by giving her that, for her specifically, that outfit. Now, of course, we have to have like the best one from Soul Calibur, and that is Ivy Valentine. Now Ivy is definitely still scantily clad. Don't get me wrong, she definitely is, but she is your part. This is what you think of. It's like, this is what you would think of when you would think of like a dominatrix. This is like, if I think of what a dominatrix is, this is probably something I would see her wearing. And the whip is doing some heavy contributing to why I think of a dominatrix when I think of Ivy. But even this design right here, this design is like really, like she's fully covered, nothing showing at all. This is actually a really good design. I like this design a lot. Even not gonna lie, I think it's the colorway. I think it's like the blue and the gold and the white, kind of like how Chun-Li's outfit is too. But I actually like this outfit a lot for her. But yeah, this is just screams dominatrix. It's dominatrix all the way. Ivy Valentine, I'm like, when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? She was like in the top 10, dude. Definitely in the top 10 for me. But yeah, fighting game developers are just very gooned out. Like you'll be, like I said, you'll be very hard pressed to find a woman in a fighting game that is not like gooned out to the max. But thank you all for watching this video. Let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite fighting game, your favorite woman fighting game character of all time? I appreciate you all watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one. All right, peace.